Well, build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die. I want the chance that's buried in his eye. Well, he gave me bars, but I can see between to a dusty yard and long gone green. They call that freedom, if you know what I mean. And I drown my sorrows, but the whiskey's gone. I'm sober.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Quick Bang. I'm your host, Matty. I've got Jimmy, Ray, Kaiser Susie, and Jamie on with me today. We're going to be talking about Hibs 2-2 draw with Dundee up at Dens Park this afternoon. Jimmy, you're up in my top left, mate. You can kick us off. What were your thoughts tonight?
Shocking. Defending is absolutely killing us at the moment. Week in, week out, simple deliveries into the box, just no defending. Cummins' goal. I mean, there was 3 defenders there, and 3 of them missed it. It's just not good enough. I mean, I'm baffled. McGinn, he just constantly gave the ball away. You go into the midfield, you've got Gogic, which is as useful as a chocolate teapot, absolutely horrendous. And how Scott Allen, can he get in before him? We didn't need 2 holding midfielders a day. We didn't need them. They were rubbish.
Do you think that handed Dundee a wee boost, the fact that we didn't have that attacking threat in midfield?
Absolutely, 100%. Their 4 midfielders that they had, they ruled the midfield. They were. I'm honestly pissed off big time. That's just not good enough. And as for the misses, Matty,
I don't believe the way through it.
Sorry, mate. But the sitters, you can't miss them. That's 3 points. 2 points dropped. That's not good enough, mate. I mean, Murphy's miss. I'm pissed off.
I can see that. I can see that. Ray, what about you?
Yeah, it was very poor, wasn't it? It was. I mean, if it hadn't been for Macy, we would have been beat. Let's be perfectly honest. Dundee deserve something from the game, and probably more than the single point. It's fair enough saying we've missed our chances and all the rest of it, but we were absolutely terrible. As I said earlier, I mean, there's players there. Why are we playing 2 holding midfielders? I don't know. Basically, all you've got to do with them is kind of stop Adam playing, and then the ball stops getting distributed. I mean, it really is, to me, that seems glaringly obvious. Gogic, Jesus. As I said, here he's put his boots on the wrong feet. He's forgot to put his contact lenses in. I don't know what, because I'll tell you what, that was never a football player today. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Yeah. How can you pass a ball that badly? It's like he didn't know that we were wearing the white shirts.
Raymond, he wasn't the only one, pal. He wasn't the only one. Couldn't pass the ball.
But hey, look. Equally, I'm going to say, look, we've lost a game, right? We've not. Well, it feels like I've lost a game.
We've not lost it, no.
It's a game we should be winning. But let's not get carried away. Like, it's only one game, in the bigger scheme of things, yeah, blah blah blah. But I'm sorry, Dundee, home or away, they should be getting taken 2-3 goals off them, because frankly they're mince. They're about as attractive a football team as the boys' haircut McGowan. I mean, that's.
Something straight out of a horror movie, isn't it?
Speaking as a man with experience in the ball stakes, the boy really needs to have a word with himself. He needs to get that sorted out. That could do with some clippers.
Was that the scariest thing for the game today for you, Ray?
Without a doubt, aye. That and him going into the crowd, that was a bit, sent shudders down my spine.
Reminiscent of the Thriller. Michael Jackson.
It looks like something out the House of Eyes.
Kaiser, what about you? What do you think of the game?
Well, shite, put a word on it. I think first half, I think there's a lot getting made of the defence. We'll come on to the defence shortly, but I mean, I think we the scrappy passing is basically what played them onto a game, because some of the passing that we were doing in the first half was just amateur at best. It was ridiculous. Some of the, and they were easy passes. Nobody was asking for kind of
exactly
outside the fucking fit, any kind of a fancy stuff. There was none of that going on. It was a basic pass, basic shit that we just couldn't get right in the first half. A couple of players, very few players, got pass marks for me. Gogic was an absolute bomb scale of the day. And I know I've said it before, but we've been screaming and shouting and everything else in between for a centre back and a goal scorer. And for any game to show an example why we need the two key things as part of the team. The day's game was just hook, line and sinker for it. I mean, defensively, cut open again by another fucking set piece for McGowan's goal, which is ridiculous. Gogic had a hand in that. The first goal, how many defenders doesn't need to go by? I mean, I spoke before about the laddie, about Scott. How Gullen never got on in front of him, and then he came on as a sort of an impact player. It's beyond me, but no, it was a really bad day at the office today for Hibs, and they need to have a good look at themselves, I think.
Do you make any concessions for the players that we had missing, Kaiser?
Aye, definitely. But see, when you're playing against Dundee, you're basically fucking playing against Charlie Adam. That's it. You're no fucking. The rest of their team is shite. The rest of their team are at Dundee for a reason, and you can see it. There's no quality through that team. You've seen some of the shit that they were doing as well. We should have been able to capitalise on that. And the fact that yet again we're talking about no taking our chances. The Gogic miss, the Murphy miss. You didn't normally get to. If you go to these chances, you need to get buried away in the net. And I mean, some of them we could have fucking put in the net, and that's it. It's getting back to basics, and I think definitely with Hamlin being out, we've suffered there at a centre back, but we should have the cover in there to be able to cope with that, and we've no got it, and yet again we've been cut open, and we're felt to a 2-2 draw, when realistically we're playing Dundee. We should be beating the fuckers 3-0, 4-0, no problem, any day of the week with the team that we've got. But just the day, I think, just showed us our weaknesses, and I think something needs to get done about it, and quick, or this is going to stick with us throughout the league, and it's going to hurt us.
Do you think we gave Charlie Adam too much respect today, Jamie?
To be honest with you, I thought Charlie Adam was class. You can see all you want about giving him space and what have you. He makes his own space to find passes. He was excellent today. He's a good player. At the time when they signed him, I thought Hibs should have took a punt on him. I was ridiculed by it, but it just shows today how good he actually is. Getting a bit past it now, he's 35, but still can he run the show. But see, to be honest with you, see the game today, it went by us because we didn't have enough depth. I thought we played well in big swathes of the game, but give away stupid goals. That McGowan goal should never have happened. But we should have been 3-1 up before that happened anyway. But it's one of them. I'm not going to be too critical because they have been good lately, Hibs. And I didn't think it was a bad day at the office. It was just a bit of bad defending, or we would have won the game. I'm not trying to wax lyrical. It wasn't a brilliant performance. I just thought we were the better sides for long parts of the game.
I thought Dundee started very well, though. Like, they got right in our faces, and that spooked us a wee bit.
15 minutes, they were good.
Ray, you look like you wanted to come in there. Ray, what were you going to say?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't, but I'm agreeing with Ray. I don't think we were that good. You know, you're saying that we were in the game, and fine, we were in the game for periods, but it was never in control. It was never in control, and the midfield was out of control. There was no link up between the midfield and the well, there wasn't any forwards, was there? You know, so how do you link up to the guys up there on his own? It's his first game. He's just come in for another club. He shouldn't have been there. Gullen should have been playing there. Because if
I thought Gullen actually done all right when he come on, by the way. I thought he actually played quite well when he come on. I know it was just a short spell. I thought Gullen done all right. What,
for the whole 6 minutes?
But even when he come on, I thought he looked lively. You're right, Raymond.
It's a complete and utter sin that the laddie's been brought back from loan. Because he should have been left where he was to play and to get a better player, to gain confidence. basically what's happening just now is you're just ripping the heart out of the laddie by saying you're not good enough. You're saying Dre Wright's going in front of you, Mackay's in front of you, now the new signings in front of you. So they'd be as well going. But I don't see why he's there. I feel
Raymond, I totally agree.
That's the honest truth.
I agree, but there's no point in putting him back out on loan again because we're just paying his wages anyway. So if he's going to stay, he has to play. If he doesn't, we have to release him and let him go. That's basically how it's going to work. There's no point just keeping paying wages.
Well, either or, but it's got to be for the better for both parties.
Yeah,
it's got to be the better for both parties because he's got to be allowed to progress as a player as well.
Yeah, but you can't keep punting him out on loan. This is what I'm saying. It's pointless. So he either stays or he goes. It's the same situation with what's his face, the young striker that everybody was thinking went to Ross County. I can't remember his name. He wasn't getting. He just wasn't. He just wasn't hitting that height. You had to let him go. It's one of these things. I like him. I think he's a good player, but
there's an onus on the player, though, right? Like
Shaw had a bit of a chance, and he was given a few games to try and play his way into the team. It didn't work out for him. Gowan's not been given a chance to play his way into the team.
This season, Raymond, was the perfect opportunity for letting Dillon have a run out and see how good he is. I do think he's got potential, but whether it's championship, Wraith Rovers sort of club, I don't know. But he needs to get a chance.
The thing I would say with that,
either way, the point I was really making was the fact that he's not been given a chance today over a guy who's just been signed for the club.
Yeah,
and we've got a guy who's on loan, so isn't even someone who we're looking to. Well, who knows? We might try and sign him if it all works out. Blah blah blah. But essentially, at the moment, it's a loan player, but presumably we're paying some wages, for this guy to no great benefit of the club, and it's certainly not in our model to be using players like that. Our model is to bring players on and then sell them and make some money from them. So.
I think it's what James was saying earlier on, that how we're not playing Scott Allen. If he's injured, he can't be on the bench. He's on the bench just to play. I can't wrap my head around where Jack Ross sees him. It's Jack Ross's decision at the end of the day. But he's our most creative player, and you were saying he can't play.
Yeah, I think
defensive midfielders.
He possibly could have played today, and you could have certainly could have dropped Gogic, right? And you could have Jay Doyle Hayes sitting in that holding role on his own. There's no need for two holding midfielders in that game today. Presumably you have an extra man in midfield, and it puts them under a little bit more pressure and puts them slightly more on the back foot, giving Adams less space to manoeuvre, because the only thing that they can do is to use Adams to ping these balls around. So if you have another man pushing forward onto Adams, he's got less space, he's got less ability to do that. And hey, I'm only, we're all experts, aren't we? You know what I mean?
Well, did you notice that Doyle Hayes was further back from where he normally was?
He looked like he dropped back, Jimmy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but Doyle Hayes, if you watch, when Doyle Hayes is playing with Newell, what will happen is Newell pushes forward, Doyle Hayes drops back. If Doyle Hayes pushes forward, Newell pushes back, drops back. Well, now that wasn't happening today. Mainly because as soon as we gained possession, we were just giving it straight back to them.
Yeah.
And that's maybe a wee bit of an indication that, that there's quite a few changes to the team today. You're looking at a new centre forward come in, different midfield. Even the defence, if you look at it, McGregor, I know he's had a couple of games back in the team with Hanlon being out, but we go a half of the game and then Lewis Stevenson's chucked into going at right back. I think the team looked like a team that didn't have that coherence about it the day. I think we were just lacking something.
We're needing players. When we're talking in the group chat about McGinn going off, and Jimmy was saying, there's nobody to replace him with. Lewis Stevenson's a left back, it's not right back. It's different for you playing a centre half, Ken. Because we've talked about this loads on here about a centre half being left or right. What fucking difference does it make? You're centre. You play left or right foot, doesn't matter. But you should be able to play fucking both foot as a professional football player, should be able to put your foot through the ball with your weak foot. Come on, fuck. I can play both foot and I'm not professional. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's my pet hate. That's
Aye.
my pet hate. You're a professional football player, right? If you're a professional football player and you earn your money from doing it, if you have a weakness, and that weakness is the foot that you don't like kicking the ball with, what you do is you stay behind and you fucking repeatedly use that foot and you use it continually and you get used to it and it becomes metronomic and it becomes muscle memory and your brain works out that this is what you want to do with these muscles. And I mean, honestly, you're getting paid money to do this, right? Well,
Daily.
fine. Learn to use both feet because you will become better on the back of it.
Yeah.
Kaiser,
There's no excuse. It's laziness. It's laziness. And I mentioned it today about Cummins. You watched him. It was hilarious. It was one foot with touch with his left foot, moves back on his left side to try and go around the player on his left side, gets that block, so then uses his left foot again, and then has to use the outside of his left foot to make the pass because he's not got a right foot. And you're going, this is a professional football player.
Aye. Kaiser,
how is his coaching staff allowed that to happen?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Actually, I'll take that even further. How's he managed to get through Hutchison Vale
Here's the mute button.
and not be able to learn to use both feet? Because there's no danger he's come through Hutchison Vale and the coaches haven't told him to use both feet.
Kaiser, you still here?
Aye.
Right.
Just getting a coffee, mate.
I wanted a wee word on Matt Macy, and he's got loads of feet, as we keep getting told. I think it's 6 feet, something like that. So, what did you think of his performance today? What does that tell you about him staking a claim to be our number one for the season?
He was brilliant, wasn't he? He was really, really good, and it's a shame that it goes into a conversation about shitey defending, shitey passing, players not using left and right fits. And when you've seen some of the saves that Macy pulled off the day, they were phenomenal. The reaction speed for him, Adam's goal, that Adam save, what a fucking shot that was. You seen the ball actually like kind of a swerving, and he still managed to get up and get his hand. That was going all day long in the top corner. And then obviously the corner that he saved as well. Just fantastic saves. And I think with a keeper like that, it's the backbone of the team, innit? It's what's going to be the difference between us winning games and losing games, because I think his reactions, I mean, there's comparisons getting drawn up with him and Rocky Marciano. I'm not really interested in that. Rocky Marciano's not at Hibs anymore, so there's nothing to be said about him as far as I'm concerned. I think by the end of the season there'll be a kind of a start spot that will show you his goals. But what a keeper he is, and I think that kind of a quality. It's a shame I've not got that right through the team, because I think what a signing Matt Macy's been, and I think right through the season we're going to see a bit of class that we've seen kind of early doors so far for him.
Just to kind of wrap up on the Hibs goals, Jimmy, the penalty kick, you happy that was a penalty? Do you think we were lucky to get it?
I think we were probably lucky to get it, but hey, the guy knows himself that he's touched, he's pulled Murphy. I don't think he was going to get the ball, but hey, it's. I remember Eric Stevenson. Eric Stevenson was the class, just outside the box, penalty. Hey, the referees gave it. The referee could have gave the the Gullen one.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's exactly the same challenge.
It was
exactly the same.
Right.
Yes. So
The reason they're going to give the Gullen one is because
probably
he's already
seen
gave the soft one. He's gave us one. He's not going to give us two.
He's probably
But
seen
if
that
you
at half
can-
time. Somebody's drew his attention to that, and that's what we've got the Gullen one, because that, see what you can say, that's a penalty, that's a fucking dive. That's a dive. That's no, like you even look where he is. He's outside the box when the contact's made, and then he goes down. He goes down like fucking Daly. Do you know what I mean, at the Olympics? So I think saying we were lucky, they were more than lucky.
Do you think that Murphy took a dive? Did you? I thought the boy bundled through the back of him. I didn't think it was a dive at all.
No.
It wasn't a dive.
any player
He
that gets
stepped
touched,
into the box. He made sure he was in the box.
yeah, any
And
player
then he
that
went
gets
in like a
touched nowadays,
$10 lot.
they go down.
Aye, the boys come through
That
the
goes
back
for
of him.
any team.
Aye. If that's in England and it goes to VAR, it's a penalty. So's Gullen.
All day long, yeah.
Aye.
And then
It's soft. I get it's soft, but they're penalties.
Aye, but he takes a step before he goes down. That's where I'm coming from on the dive side there.
No, I get it.
There wasn't contact, but the guy takes a step, then he fucking goes down. If that contact put him down, he shouldn't have been able to take a step. That's the only thing I'd say about it.
I thought he just got bundled over. Porteous's goal, nice finish as well, Jamie.
Just get them on target. I've honestly, see when the chance that Boyle had and James Scott, just put them on target. Didn't have to go for power. And you've got a chance with a goal. That's what Porteous done. Just put it into the right area. Keeper just can't say there's too much power in it.
Boyle could have taken a touch. Son.
But he's made the right move because it's gone in the top corner. He's just put too much in it. But just hit it middle of the goal. It's a goal. He didn't have to put it top corner.
No.
Aye, good goal. Good goals. Aye.
Right.
He was pure today, Boyle. I thought very quiet today.
I thought he had his moments in the game. I thought he had like a couple of moments where he went well. Doig had a really good run as well. First half where the defender just got a nick on it, but it would have been an absolute world if he'd scored. Yeah. I think it's one of these games. I just thinking the summary. One of these games where you're left feeling frustrated because we had the game won at one point and we just needed to hang on. And Jimmy and Jamie, you said that the defence has caused us problems kind of more often than it should have this season. So I think quicker handling gets back, and then probably we definitely that doesn't make sense. We definitely need to be bringing in cover at least, or better than what we've got. I'm not a big fan of bringing in cover. I think if you're going to sign somebody,
I agree, Matt. I think so as well. But as I say, this is a different conversation if Murphy scores that.
Yeah,
a completely different conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's one of them. It's just it's annoying because such a poor goal to give away from McGowan. Gogic's ball watching. It's just like a really, really soft goal to give.
Yeah,
he'll get done heavy for that as well. Running into the crowd, the COVID protocols and everything. He'll get done heavy for that.
Aye, so he should as well. You didn't want to leave somebody with a forehead as big as his to get a header in it. Right, that's us. We'll be back on Monday.
It was a hairy moment.
It was. Just you speak when you want. That's us for today. We'll be back on Monday with. Actually, we've got Martin Boyle coming on. We should have.
Really?
Martin Boyle coming on.
Oh, brilliant!
Exclusive interview.
Wait a minute. I've asked about him today.
Eh?
I said I didn't ask him about him today. Go back and edit that.
I'll delete it out there. Nobody's. Or I'll tell him you said it. I said it was him. I'll tell him where you live.
Factual.
Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed that one. We'll be back on Monday and keep your questions coming for Short Bangers on Thursday. Take care. We'll see you next time.
County line, I pledged upon. Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink what I know.